Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vinny MG. You know who this is. You know what show this is. My boy next to me, Mr. Phoenix.
Hey,
we
what's
have
up? What's
a very,
up?
very special guest today. She is been in TV shows. She has done movies. She has written books. She is the most amazing person that we have ever met. Let's welcome her back on stage. KO.
Yay!
All right. So we recently found out that you took a break from the paranormal field to work on a bigger project. Would you like to talk about that?
Oh my goodness. Like I said, I've been posting. I have a major announcement to make, and it's going to shock some people and it may enrage some other people. And hey, that's okay. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a damn. Look, I think of myself and I think of feeding my kids and my family, and the rest of y'all can go, over there. But let me tell you, it's not that I took a break from the paranormal. I didn't do that. What I did was I just took a step back to be able to build a bigger foundation, to be able to go forward. And what I did to build that foundation is I became the CEO of 360 TV and television network. From there, I stepped up and became a strategic alliance partner with Jersey Shore Paranormal. Oh, I love you, Mario. And we do a lot of things. We've got a lot of films that we're doing. And I do the PR. I do conversations and interviews and things like that with them. And I'm also an ambassador for the Hellenic Los Angeles Media Network. And what we do there is we're cultural ambassadors. And now Hellenic is in Greece. And then our ambassadors are all over the world, not just promoting Greek films and the culture, which is essential, but to bring that over the world so everyone can, see the work and get involved and like that. So I'm one of their ambassadors and media representatives. So I've done a lot of work. I've done biopics. I'm one of the Unbreakable Women on Global Integration Alliance, and we help women all over the world get noticed for the achievements and the things that they've done. And so with the experience of working in the film industry with all of these people across the entire globe, I'm able to have hands in everything. So when I take the stage in the paranormal like I am, I'm back, baby, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. So I'm able to help other people succeed. And that's one of the things I do. If someone comes to me and says, look, I don't have any money, but I'd like to get from point A to point B, I can point them out and give them avenues to do that. Now, because of all of the partnerships I've created and the articles, I've got a syndicated column every single month that goes everywhere. It goes into Russia. Yes, it does. It goes into the Ukraine on top of it all, Pakistan. It goes all over the globe, UK, Spain, you name it. I'm there with a monthly article and a wonderful picture of me smiling.
That is awesome.
So, But in order to do that, your work has to be good. So that's why I took a step back, so I would be able to have this big foundation to go forward and to be able to help other people come behind me and do what they'd like to do. So I know, I know you got questions for me, but I know that a lot of people, especially in the paranormal field, they like to slap at each other, and I can't for the life of me figure that out. We should be helping people succeed. We should be a positive influence and a guiding light for all the newcomers that are coming, regardless of the age or whatnot. And I don't really see that often. And I know when I decided to trademark Queen of the Paranormal, I did it for lectures and comic books and things like that I do. People had a holy fit and a half. It's like, oh, God forbid, she's a queen of the paranormal. And I'd snap back, well, you call yourself the grandfather of the paranormal, the grandmother of the paranormal. You're the rock and roll of the paranormal. I don't know what the heck you are of the paranormal. Should have trademarked it, because that was the best financial thing I ever did, was to be able to trademark that and be able to, I'm just trying to think of the words, to be able to control the narrative. Let's just say that. That's a political term. So, so that's kind of like where I am right now, coming back to the paranormal with everything behind me, like an army of film companies, producers, directors, to be able to help people get to that next level, and me to do my shows. I mean, a lot of these paranormal shows you see on TV, I think they're great. I mean, they're great for advertisement and all this stuff. But man, you don't make any money. You might make as much as you would at a part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of people that left their family. They can't this, they can't that. And that's too bad, because they want to be famous. Fame doesn't come that way. It's called hard work.
Yeah.
Days, 7 days, you really have to work for it when it comes to doing anything, never mind paranormal, but in the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if you know this, but I was talking to Jimmy, and we got, oh my God, I think it's like when we round all our things up, when we did the promo, that video I did, we got over 50,000 views just on that. That's the power of PR right there. And you do your job well, people hopefully will come and watch you.
Which, by the way, by the way, we got to get a shout out. Thank you very much, Mr. Jimmy Starr. You are amazing.
Oh, and Eileen, don't forget Eileen.
Yes,
please,
and
don't
Eileen.
forget her. She is so fabulous. We actually did an investigation. This goes back like way before the pandemic. I don't even know how many years, but we did an investigation at Kings Park, and we had permission from the governor's office. I had it in my folder, Cuomo, and so we get there, and I can't get a hold of Cuomo's team, so we ended up having to climb a tree to get in a window to get in, because the door was locked in one of these buildings. So we did an investigation, but we brought a rock star with us. I'm not going to name him because I want you to go back and watch it. And within a day, we went viral. Jimmy filmed it, put it up, and bam, there was no editing at all to it. And from there, we did a comic book called Celebrity Ghost Hunters, based on that particular event. And the thing is, Eileen, her boobs got stuck on a fence, and she's stuck hanging there because she's so well endowed. And we're laughing. It was just hysterical. And Ron could not have been sweeter. What a wonderful guy. So we've had a lot of fun together over the years when it comes to ghost hunting, talking about the paranormal, and just outright friendship.
That's
yes.
awesome.
And that's the best part about it. It's not the fame, it's not the money, it's the connections you make, and the people you meet, and the fun that you have doing it. Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind having
it's fun. All right.
I wouldn't mind having a little bit of funding though to be able to do our show that we want to do, because we really want to do it live. We want to go to some places like all
like
different kinds of.
the Eloise Sane Asylum that's here in Michigan.
Why
Every
don't
Halloween they do they do a tour, a ghost tour. They allow you to film it, take pictures, and do all sorts of stuff. If you have YouTube, you can go and do YouTube, and you stay in the guidelines of where they're walking. But it's really cool. And my friend did it last year and caught a still picture of a big black mass in a room.
Wow.
And you can see 6 faces inside the mass.
Wow.
And it was just amazing to see.
So I don't understand why you just do it. I mean, seriously, let's plan it between Jimmy's PR and my PR and Eileen and her boobs. We got this down. We can definitely do this and have such a great time too. And the thing is, you're going to get so many views and so many people are going to be like, man, these people really know what they're talking about. Like take Ron Russell, for instance. He's an old paranormal guy from a long time ago with his conversations with Jane Russell, you know, and all of that. And he knows what he's doing with the dowsing rods and everything. That's why people should watch that show that went viral. They'd find it amazing. And as far as what you want to do, let's just plan it.
Yeah, we want to show it. We want it to be live and raw because we don't. Okay. We're tired of the fact of everybody is always editing this and editing that. You know.
I'm not going to name any TV show names, but I do know because they've told me that there are certain ghost programs out there that some of the events that happen are fake.
Hey, listen, I'm a producer, okay? And I have worked with many of these networks, programs, shows, and this and that. And yes, embellishment is exactly what they want. And I'm going to tell you, a ghost does not come out and say boo on command. You cannot film for 5-7 days in the same damn clothes and make it look like one day. You can't do it. It's crazy. So, all right, it's for entertainment. But what I will say on the side of these programs, I think it gets people involved in the paranormal who normally never would be. And then they can find a good mentor and go out and do it the right way. And they will see the differences and they can make their own conclusions at that point. And, you know, it's tough. Like everybody wants that fame, whether it's, oh, I got a ghost every show, or I got this, or I got that. And the outrageous things they put up there. And I just smile and laugh and go, you know what? When I started doing videoing of ghost shows with Ghost Stories of New England, now this goes back like 18 years, maybe longer. It was a videoed education. And I would have my son, and he would video what we did, what we saw. I would edit it down, and it was live to tape. The only thing that was edited was if we had to walk to another building, we just cut that out. Everything was if you saw it, as you seen it, as you heard it, because quite frankly, I think 98% of it, whether you're a psychic or a paranormal person or demonologist, you can go to hell in a handbag. It's just not real, okay? It's all embellished. It's the 2% that is real, that is unexplained, and that's what I look for. And that's what I did years ago with Ghost Stories of New England, which turned into CC the Huntress, and I did those shows on New England cable and all over. In fact, those shows were on airport television, along with Hollywood Entertainment News, which I host as well. And no other program, regardless of their fame, has ever been on airport television. And I have noticed over the years, the things that I've done, they go back to the location like they did it for the first time ever, and I have to correct them. You need to give credit where credit is due, because if you don't, I will take it from you. And I do. And people are like, she's a bitch. But no, listen, you raise your kids. Give your kids credit for what they do. Don't take someone else's credit. And so that's what I have to say about that. Any questions? Ask me anything.
Okay. What is the most horrifying investigation you've been on?
The most horrifying. God, there's been so many. I would have to say, there was a restaurant called Tortilla Flats in Merrimack, New Hampshire. And we were able to find the access tunnel in the basement under a stairwell that was for the Underground Railroad. But before that, we went up to the second floor, which is not a part of the restaurant. And I went to go in a room, and I had this feeling come over me. Don't go in there. Just don't go in there. And I turned around and I came out of the room, and my son that was filming just dropped the camera and just froze. And he said, Ma, I saw something. And to this day, he didn't talk about it. My son passed away 11 years ago. So this was done before that. And that was horrifying. I've never had that feeling like, don't go into a particular room, a particular area. And I tell people your intuition is there for a reason. You were born with it. Maybe you should rely on it. So, excuse me. So I didn't do it. And my son, who was filming in there, he didn't listen. Next thing you know, he dropped the camera because he saw and felt something just really bad. And so we left there. But that show is also up on a channel on YouTube called CC the Huntress. And those were all my old shows, EVPs and different things like that. The next one was a place we did in Salem, Massachusetts. It was under the streets of Salem, Massachusetts.
Ooh,
they had tunnels that went from Derby Wharf into homes where they brought things so they wouldn't have to be taxed. And then they brought them to the stores. And to bring them to the stores, there was another tunneling area where the things were uploaded to the stores. And so almost like the internet, all these passageways. So we went down there and we filmed. And as I'm walking, in the tunnels, I cut myself. And you can hear a voice saying, I was asking something, and they said, red. I was asking about blood, and you can hear it, red. It came from the cameras. Now, again, these things aren't edited. These were live to tape. Now, there was no music, no scary stuff, to keep the show going and whatnot. But it was incredible. So that's up there as well, and that's under the streets of Salem, Massachusetts.
That sounds fun.
And there's a lot of things like the Hoosac Tunnel. We went in there. We got permission from Pan Am Rail Services, one of the retiring presidents there. I had done a lot of free things for him and children, different events. And he was retiring, and he asked me, what can I do for you? And I said, I want to go in the Hoosac Tunnel. And so he cleared me for that. I had my paperwork because you can get arrested. So I was the only person with my two sons that went through the tunnel. And you've got the Hoosac Tunnel on one, a Hoosac River on one side, and you got the Deerfield River on the other side. And then you got the Hoosac Mountain Range right in the middle there. That's where they went 5 miles underneath. Okay. So not one show has been able to go through there. Not Ghost Hunters, Ghost Nation, whatever the heck they want to call themselves, whatever. They can't go through there. Neither can they do Kings Park or any of those places they tried. But I was allowed to. And the reason being is because I'm strong in history, no embellishment, live to tape, and I'm a positive individual. I don't bash people. I'm always laughing and being happy and putting silly things up there. But that was a fantastic thing because we walked through there and we trained for this because it was a 5-mile journey. But we trained. It would take us X amount of time, stopping, resting, X amount of time. It took 6 hours over the estimated amount of time. We didn't know the time went by. It was like a time lapse. We came out of the tunnel and we're all looking at each other, talking and saying the same things at the same time. Bizarre. So we had to get in a cab and go back to the other side of the tunnel where the car was. And we're all like not saying a damn word. Like we're looking at each other like, oh, that's where people were calling, like, where are you? Where are you? We had no explanation. And people were like, it had to be a UFO. And I'm thinking in a freaking tunnel, 5 miles in a tunnel, it's a UFO. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was gas carbons from a train.
Maybe. Sometimes it's so the hysteria gets to you so badly that you don't know, and you could be hallucinating just from the fears.
Well, you don't know, but we were told by the gentleman from Pan Am Rail Services. I don't know who runs it now, but at that time it was him. And he said there were no trains to go by. There were no trains whatsoever. And we came in contact with a train. We had to go into these, every once in a while, there were these little like inlets. And so you could stand in there like the people that worked for the train service so they wouldn't get hit by a train. So there's a train coming. And so we sat there, like stood up there. I put my hand over my younger son and my other son grabbed my hand and we're standing. You could feel the wind pulling us. That was scary. And we made it to the middle of the tunnel. And there was supposed to be, no trains. And I filmed it. There was a train. I'm thinking like, oh, no train, here it is. And there was also a lot of wind that just went soaring up this huge, like draft pipe or something to the top of the mountain. But the thing is, that draft pipe was closed. Well, years and years and years before. So there was no air, but there was wind. So that was totally an incredible situation. And again, you can see that, the Hoosac Tunnel, and the music was provided by James Montgomery, who is a very good friend of mine. He's a blues recording artist, and you'd be able to experience that.
Perfect. So what got you into the paranormal?
I have to say, being, of Polish, Russian, Lithuanian, which is now like the Ukraine area, descent on my babcia and my stara babcia and my jaju. On that side, we had my great-grandmother, my stara babcia, she was great-grandmother. She had relatives still in Poland, and they were dream interpreters. And all of this, and my grandmother was a dream interpreter as well, and she would always tell me, Karosha, what are we going to do? I'm going to have to put a phone in the casket when I die. As I'd call her and ask her, what does this mean? What does that mean? And her meanings were, she told me, she said, and even my stara babka, my bata rogala, she would say, Karosha, they're all different. Don't believe the books. They're all different. So meaning like, well, people say, oh, a yellow aura means this, or a white aura means that, or a black aura means that. To every person, it might mean something different. Yep. And as far as dreams, they're not cookie cutter dreams at all. I do dream interpretations all the time. And I often find out that they mimic real life in a very macabre way. So that's food for thought. So that's why cookie cutter books and stuff, they may sell great, but they're not for everybody. Like a prescription, it's not for everybody.
Yep.
Know.
It's like the saying, one man's garbage could be another man's treasure.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just like that, you know. You never
Mhm.
know what you're getting. So to one person, you could be telling this elaborate dream, and they can come up with something like, "Oh, you were just hungry, or you ate too much
Yep.
sugar." Oh, you did this, and I'm like, okay, well, this person said this.
Yeah,
Don't know
it's
who to believe anymore. And there, and with the paranormal field and everybody, you know, trying to push the psychic medium thing
tell
and
them to go to hell. I'm
it doesn't
sorry.
help. It just makes things worse. And then you like you said, you get the fakes. You get the people that do it just for the fame and the views and the money. And
Well, yes, and I
You know,
was in law enforcement. I sent you the bio. I
uh-huh.
graduated Northeast Regional Police Institute in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. I was the top of my class and top of my class in firearms training. I shot at the distinguished master's level, so and I still practice. But all I know is detectives make better psychics than psychics do because they're able to ask questions and get like a criminal to implicate themselves.
yeah,
So, what I and a lot of psychics, that's what they're trying to do. And I've asked many psychics, you think you're that good? Give me a reading. Not to one to this day in all these years have I had one that have come forward with anything accurate other than what they can Google on me. They don't know me. Give me something in here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And then they go, oh, you got a blockage, or oh, you're just too brilliant. You're protected. And I'm thinking, you're full of shit. I'm sorry.
no, don't be, don't be. This
Yeah.
my show's not rated, so you can cuss if you want.
And I've also gone to these psychic fairs, and I think they're awesome because I love the little trinkets myself. I buy them. I do. I look at this. I got my little pendulum, and so
I got
they're
one
really
too. I don't have it on.
cool.
Yeah,
And
I got.
what I find is I went. Actually, this is several times bringing some people. I pay for them to get in. I pay for their readings, and I want to see what is said. So they all go to the same person at different times. And the same person has the same reading, just about a little varied for everybody. That's called a fake. So I, being able to find that out. And so I don't have much trust in these psychics or mediums or what do they call them? Gallery readings and things like that. I think they're cool if they're really on target, if they can really nail it. But they're so subjective and so open, and like detectives, they watch for people, their eyes, expression. They're looking for the jaw movements.
That's
They're
why
looking for the
in
shoulder, all
some
the
psychic,
signs. So they ask another question.
that's why like some psychics go, let me read your hand, and the way they place their hand, they can feel their pulse, and they know when they're getting close.
Exactly. That's what I did at the police department.
Yeah, and they know exactly when they're hitting the right target because your pulse goes up or it goes down or you stay calm.
Right. Yeah.
I've
But
recognized that.
I'm not going to rank on them. I'm going to rank on 98% of them. But the 2%, they're astonishing. I've seen it, and I'm like, whoa.
There's definitely some good psychics that are out there because I've talked to a couple, and I was like shocked.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like the charlatans that try to get you for money, and they tug on your heartstrings. If someone passed away or whatever, and I wonder. I mean, a lot of things, especially when you're working with the public like I am. A lot of stuff are up there, on Google and different sites and things, and and it's almost like they're reciting it back to me, and I'm like, listen, I could do that to myself, you know? So, no, that's not it.
So we have a couple of websites that you had
Sure.
sent me, and I was going to put them up. Here's this one.
Yes.
What is for this?
Hollywood Entertainment News is a Hollywood magazine where we
Okay.
do stories on Hollywood, current trending fashions, celebrities. We publish stories in the paranormal and in the horror genre as well.
Okay.
And I run that, and I host the TV show, Hollywood Entertainment News, and
Okay.
we're on YouTube. We were on a streaming network, and that I ran. And hey, listen, we're all learning, and you can't know it all. And I really thought putting all my eggs in one basket was, oh, look at you. Was a good thing.
You have one.
Yes.
You usually have it on, but
He must have felt naked.
Yeah. Well, putting my eggs in all one basket didn't pan out because the company went in a financial situation. So I moved on. I climbed up the ladder to Jersey Shore Entertainment LLC. And in the meantime, well, the show's off the air. I transferred everything to YouTube. So, I'm trying to develop that now and push that forward. And that was a mistake. We all make mistakes. And this is what I want to tell people, whether it's paranormal, entertainment, or whatever.
Okay.
You don't know it all. Don't think you know it all. Don't think you can go in there and say, oh, that girl's nothing but fluff or tits or whatever. And she's not. Maybe she's highly educated and, has done a lot of things you may only dream of. You don't know. And maybe she can help you if you just shut your mouth. So that's about, that. And, it's just, like I said, it's incredible the way that people pick on each other in this field when they should be a little more positive. So getting back to Hollywood Entertainment News, that's a fabulous way to be able to put an article out, to be able to talk. I do a lot of positive messages with a lot of superstars, and they're brief. They're not like, your show or Jimmy Starr's show. I call them mini pods. And so we do that, and I love it because I'm able to hear their positive messages. And whether it's Lou Ferrigno, or Dan Lauria, or, all of these people. And, I love it. I totally love it. And from all different kind of walks of life. And that's the great thing when it comes to interviewing people or being in the media like you are, like I am, or the paranormal. You really shouldn't have a bias or a prejudice when it comes to an individual, whether it's a religion, whether it's a political, whatever, whatever.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody has the right to their own opinion.
Absolutely.
But keep it, if you're up in the public's eye, keep your opinions to yourself, because they could turn on you. They can make you lose fans, make you lose ratings, whatever it is you do, and
you lose 50% of your business if you just say the wrong thing.
Oh my God! Nowadays, definitely.
Like Robert De Niro when he went on the news to say something about President Trump. Look, we get it. I get it. Yeah, I voted for the guy, but I don't like him. But I voted for him. But, I voted for him because he did what he said he was going to do. And he's still doing what he said he was going to do. And I voted for him because, unlike all the other politicians, he's not full of shit most of the time.
Well, I will hand him this. He says what he thinks, and he doesn't really care what you think about what he says, what he thinks. And you know what? And in a way, as crazy as it is, and I'm not biased, I'm not prejudiced, I'm not one side or the other. I truly, and I'll tell you why. I'm like that too. I come out and tell you how I feel. I'm back, and believe me, it will shock people. It's like, oh my God, she's still around. She's not dead yet. No, baby, I'm not dead yet. I built a foundation to be able to run you the hell over.
Yep,
Okay,
there
I'm
you
done with
go.
that. Where's my wine? Ah!
Where's my one?
Anyways, well, getting back to the political thing, years ago when Barack Obama was running for president, they contacted me in New Hampshire as an influential woman in the media. And so they asked me if I would help do publicity, this, that, the other thing. Hey, sure. I got paid. Oh, great. Now, not even a week later, Duncan Hunter, who is running for president, contacted me, his team.
Oh God.
Can you help us? I said, I'll help it. And the reason being is because my work is not slanted. My work is factual and it's not prejudicial. I'm not biased. I just do my work. And one of the things is my husband, he was filming us in a parade with Duncan Hunter for a commercial that Duncan was going to run. And it was so weird because there was this guy that was smoking a joint on the side of the crowd that rushed up to Duncan Hunter. My husband's filming, and I took that guy. I got him right on the ground. Of course, I used to be a cop. If people are looking like, wow, and Duncan's going to be, hey, you should be my security guard. Because he didn't see it coming, but I saw the guy coming, and I was able to take care of that. My husband, like, he put the camera down, he's trying to help. But so I work on both sides of the platform. And when I go to events, I have actual politicians that have gone on ghost hunts with me. I have politicians that ask me advice on how to vote. That's the truth. Don't matter. And I also work with ambassadors from different countries and also from the United States. And so it doesn't really matter. And of course, this has nothing to do. Some of it has to do with the paranormal, who should I vote for? What do you think of this or that? The other stuff has to do with being a journalist. I'm a journalist. I'm a member of the United States Press Agency in good standing for many years now. So I'm able to do national and international press. And that's the key. I can put you anywhere you want in any country, in any town, state, city, wherever you want, through the wire services, because I'm a member of all of that. And so I'm able to work that and take that foundation that I've created and push forward to help other people that need a frickin' break, that can't pay the high price. No one's looking at them. They still got a great product. Why not help somebody? What is wrong with that? I don't see the problem. I don't know it all, but I'm willing to tell you what I know and help you. That's what I do.
There's a band that just said it all, and it's called Smash Mouth. And God rest his soul. It was sad that he passed away. The lead singer passed away. I know. But his song, "Why Can't We Be Friends?" I mean, seriously, why can't we?
Look, I mean, I get it.
I don't see it.
I get it. People are upset about Trump being president. I get it. Not everybody likes the guy. I understand. I see it. The guy talks like a toddler most of the time. But, at the same time, he won. It's over. Get over it. Move on. You got your lives ahead of you. You got the world ahead of you. You could be doing so many other things right now instead of living in the hate and in the now and in the angry.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. And I know the program's about less paranormal, so I'm going to swing it that way. That's what they do in the paranormal. I mean, it mimics politics, if you think about it. They're bashing this one, bashing that one. They hate this one. She's too pretty. She's too ugly. He's too tall. He's too short. He's too fat. She's too this, that, the other thing. All this crap. And I'm like, well, listen, there is nobody better than anybody else. We're all equal. Go to the bathroom the same way. We eat the same way. Just please try to be kind. And people know me for positivity. And I try my best, and boy, do I get slammed. But hey, listen, it's all good. I've done a lot of paranormal firsts when it comes to EVPs and all of this stuff in real time. And do I get credit for it? Now they bash me to death, but yet they can't produce the proof that they did it first. So give credit where credit is due, yet they don't want to give it up. Just like politics, they don't want to give it up.
Yeah,
just move on.
Well, I was just going to say, with that being said, I mean, boom, there's your website right there for the Queen of the Paranormal.
Yeah, there's one website, queenofparanormal.com, then the other one, and from there you can get into all the social media sites and whatnot. And every month, I'm trying to work. I'm growing so fast when it comes to expanding to all these different things. And what was this? My mother passed away. Am I reading something?
Go ahead.
16, I was not resting well asleep. She came to me and told me she was coming too soon. I told her that I wasn't ready. I still had a lot to do, take care of. I haven't heard from her since. Well, to tell you the truth, I think your mother did come to you and she told you that, and you told her frankly what was going on in your life. And she listened. That's it. Sometimes it's as simple as that. And sometimes it's not like some big mystery story behind it at all. It's just what it is. Parents love their children, regardless of the horrible things we all might do. But, or my kids do. I don't know. So anyways, like they say, oh, you're dead and that's the end of it. And, religion, and they don't like that. And I'm thinking, you got the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Okay. Why are you calling him a ghost? And who the heck are you praying to? I'm praying to my mother. Well, isn't she dead? Yeah, but she talks to me. Okay, so you believe in ghosts? No. That's like, okay, all right. Everybody's.
How does that work?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're looking at it, sir, then I think therapy is a good direction for you.
Who's got a question for me?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. We are looking in the comments. Hold on.
Yeah.
Actually, we've got this one. This is not a question. We have, you are amazing.
You look amazing.
Oh, that's Vinny. Vinny, I love you. Thank you so much. I was on the Mini Vinny show and he said, but I'm a Vinny too.
Vinnies are great.
He's a great guy. Very nice gentleman. Vinny.
Okay. So let's see. What experience would you call the worst? Like the I would say, how would I put this? How about the funniest?
The funniest? Okay.
Besides the boobs hanging on the fence.
Oh no,
because that was really funny.
That was a good one. This is good. This, we had, when we were filming the CC the Huntress shows, a signal. Like if I went like this, my son would take the camera and go up towards the sky or to the side. We'd stop. And then he'd swing back. We'd continue because who knows? Something could be happening, whatever. So we were filming in Munson, New Hampshire, which is no longer there. It was an area that they just decided to disband and made into 3 other towns. So we were there within the remains of it. And I was doing a smudging with just, a white sage in a bundle. And some of it hit the ground. And hit the ground, it started ground on fire. I'm going like this, and he went up to the sky, and we're dancing like crazy. We got the fire out. We had to finish the show. That was, oh my God. And, I'm so glad nobody saw that. So then what I did was I developed this thing called black salt spray. It doesn't stain. It doesn't anything. So this way, white sage spray for the smudging. So I didn't have to, use that. I used it in homes. Kids have allergies with smoke. I also did the black salt spray because there's a lot of people that put the black salt. It's highly staining of everything. But if you use the black salt spray, it doesn't stain. It's got the same principles in it, and it's easier to use. So I was using that too. And but that by far, we laughed our freaking heads off. Like never in a million years do we think, with all the stuff that we did with the sage, that we would start a fire, and so I shouldn't be laughing, but it was just funny. You had to be there.
I think the whole dancing part would have been funny.
If you don't laugh at your mistakes, then what are you doing? You gotta laugh. You gotta have a good sense of humor about things. I went with one of my friends. He has a YouTube channel, back in the day, and they wanted to do an investigation, and I wanted to go just to see what it was all about. It was my
sure,
and it was funny as he was doing the white sage smudging and stuff, and he was wearing a very, very old pair of jeans, and when one of the sparks from the sage, from the white sage, flared up and it got onto his jeans and it lit his jeans on fire. And it was so funny. His jeans were so old that they burned up. There was he had no pants for the rest of the trip.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
That's actually kind of funny.
Canada, so we get in the car and we're going back home. We're going back across the bridge, and he's driving, and his wallet burned, his driver's license burned, everything burned. But
wow.
Yep. We all, the three of us got to go across the bridge. He got arrested. He had to wait for his mom to bail him out.
Wait for his mom in his underwear. Okay, that's good.
We left him on the side of the bridge in his underwear. We said,
that's too funny.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you a funny thing. When we climbed that tree to get into that part of Kings Park in one of the buildings, we were looking for the embalming room and a whole bunch of lobotomies, a whole bunch of stuff. So we were in there, and the gentleman we bought, the rock star with us, got so petrified that he started crying, and he's going, get out of here. Elaine, let me be out of here, Eileen. So Eileen had to bring him out to the car. And so we're out at the car, and then there was this like thing you could see running, which wasn't real. It was, I don't know what the heck it was. And next thing you know, he ran this way. I got sick and was throwing up in a bush.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. But I thought the funny part was, when he became so scared. I mean, these things happen. And, I, on camera, got, people say you got scratched. Now, listen, ghosts don't have fingernails. I don't care what you say. They have energy, and the energy can be so hot, like a laser during an operation. And I had it right on my chest, like in a cross, and it went boom, and it turned black, and it smelled, and that's on there too. So that was super weird. Just a bunch of freaky things happening. But God, I'd love to investigate with you guys. We gotta just set something up. Have Jimmy and Ron come, and Eileen, and we could just have quite the time together. We get in trouble and everything.
And it's so funny too, because when and this is me, to let you know a little bit about me. When I get scared, I get very sarcastic to myself. So I'll have you laughing. I know I will have you laughing. I'll be like, okay, something moved over there. And then he'll be like, nothing's over there. I go, oh, there's something there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of those baby harnesses and put him inside it because he's gonna be too scared. I'm just gonna have to carry him.
I'll run. You can't catch me.
Oh, it'll be fun, and you'll be like, if you take Ron Russell with us, you'll be amazed at the knowledge that he has when it comes to the paranormal. It's just incredible. I mean, I know a lot, but you can never know everything. And it was just so exciting, not only watching him do the paranormal, but watching him do comedy. His timing is perfect. And so I would watch him, and he mentored me. And so a lot of the like comedy pieces that I used to do. Oh, this goes back to YouTube in, I think it was October 4th or 6th, 2006. I was the highest viewed comedian on YouTube. And because I used to do these like Lucy and Ethel skits, with a partner of mine. So that was a lot of fun. But to watch Ron do it, I'm saying, geez, I wish I still did that comedy, because then I would be able to use a lot of that knowledge, and do more. But that was just a lot of fun. So, I mean, seriously, we could set something up. We could go live. You know how easy it is to go live? We could definitely do
yeah,
this.
for sure.
We can do this.
Camera of my own I can use. It's got mics. I got a light. I got everything. I can do it.
The main thing that I want to get is a spirit box and an Ovilus 3. An Ovilus.
Well,
okay.
Those are my 3 things.
You really don't need that stuff if you got psychics with you, because you have living ones right there.
Well, I have my phone, and my phone does almost everything too. So
yeah, I got the little apps on my phone too, and I've got a ghost box, and I've got the EMF meters, and I've got all the stuff like that. I'm the kind of person, maybe I'm old school. I like to be able to see it, smell it, touch it, or have it touch me, hear it, or just not there. I don't have to crank the volume up. I mean, what for? And but I do know equipment is really, really sensitive, but it's sensitive to a lot of things, whether it's impulse wiring in a floor, or a coffee pot, a pacemaker, or a hearing aid. So you have to kind of watch it. That's why I like middle of the road equipment, because you're probably going to get a better reading with that. And that's why they do ghost hunting in the middle of the night. For one thing, it looks scary. And the other thing is because all the electric charges are lower, so they can use their high-tech equipment without getting a false positive reading. And, it's cool. Hey, it's a business. People want to sell products, so you have to, be able to do that.
Yeah. What do we got? Oh, we have a
someone commented. Yeah, I was just reading that.
From Jonathan?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because the shows were live, not live, they were live to tape. And every once in a while I'd turn around and go, I hear you shooting my butt. And of course that's on the tape. So that was a lot of fun. I miss doing those shows, and we're going to be back to doing more of different things. And that's why, I want to get engaged with you guys to see like we can go out and do something. Going live would be so easy. We have Ron and Jimmy come up towards the New England area. Maybe we can all be, in the same area and do something, because you guys seem practical. You don't seem like people that are going to fluff it or fake it or embellish it.
I'm still on the defense. I mean,
okay. He's a skeptic.
I'm half. I would say half.
I've had my fair share of seeing things and feeling things, and I'm not a skeptic, but I am spineless, and I will run.
I'm going to have to say I'm with Mr. Phoenix. I am a skeptic. Like I said many times before, the paranormal or psychics, I think 98% of them are not real. It's the 2%, the unexplained, that no one can explain, not science, not nothing. That's what I'm looking for. I don't like to go to these places that are done to death 100 million times over. I want to go to some place that is raw. And then film and then experience it. It's either there or it's not. It doesn't come out on command. That's it.
And that's one of the things that I was actually wanting to do is create an all little people paranormal team
Mm-hmm.
of just all little ones. And of course, I would be there as well, to make sure. But I'm not little. I'm far from little. but
He's the
anyway,
tallest person we got.
yeah, I wanted the whole little people paranormal team, but I want to go to places that like Vern, mini me. He passed away. Nobody's gone to really try to talk to his spirit or anything like that, or investigate where he was at. Nobody's gone to any of the little people like in paranormal at all. It's like taboo.
Well, I don't understand that. I mean,
And I don't either.
and that's very sad because, like I tell you, there's no one bigger, better, whatever. We're all equal in stature. So why not? I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm in. I'm in, and we'll see what we get. I mean, you either get something or you don't, and we don't have to be there for 5 days. They're either going to come out or they're not, and that's it. And usually, if you're reasonable enough and you're receptive, and you can understand what the signs might be, you might be experiencing some things, and you might, Mr. Phoenix, have been experiencing things for years, but yet you don't know that they have to do with the spirit world. You might just think like, whatever, but you don't know. So when we're there, we can explain and let's see what you're feeling, whether it's the dowsing rods. And when I do demonstrations with the dowsing rods, I don't use the dowsing rods with these little sheaths on them. I let the people hold them, and I want them to hold them with a firm grip. And if they move, well, who's moving them? That's it. They're not like swiveling around like.
See, I couldn't use the rod. I couldn't use the rod.
I don't get why. I've seen like YouTube videos of people using dowsing rods and explaining how they use them, where they have to gingerly hold. No,
that's baloney.
Don't gingerly hold them.
That's baloney. I agree with you 100%. When Ron or me, when I do the dowsing rods, you have to hold them. You hold them still. You don't hold them loose. And then if they move within that area, well, who's moving them? And they don't move all the time because, like I said, ghosts don't come out on command and say boo. Only if you're on a low budget paranormal show or something, then they will, of course. But in real life, no, absolutely not. And so when I do, and I don't do paracons. I used to do them years ago. I haven't done them in about 12 years. I do larger like national Comic-Cons and things like that because I want people to be able to experience the dowsing rods, experience things in real time without a weird atmosphere. And I draw from the positivity of the crowd. And they hold them, and I always have someone standing behind the individual, whether it's a dowsing rods or a pendulum or whatever it is, because when a feeling of a spirit comes near you, their knees buckle and they go down. It's incredible. And so I make sure there's someone there. And so that's why I'm able to do all these things that people ask for me all over. And I'm thinking, great, that's cool. We're going to get back on the road. We're going to do some things. I'm back, like I said, I built the foundation to be able to go further and to be able to help more people in a positive manner.
That's awesome.
I have one question.
Wow.
I know how to use most ghost hunting equipment, but I do not know how to use a pendulum as an equipment for.
Well, you hold it and it dangles, but the thing is people cheat. They're moving and, they got the thing going all over the place. And I'm thinking, how can somebody not see you moving your hand? You must think we're all stupid. I'm just like, and you sit there going, yeah, you don't want to insult anybody, right? So, but, you hold it. And I tell people when they come to my events, don't buy a pendulum. Bring a necklace and put a ring on it or something and just hold it and hold it steady. Yeah. And if you want to put your hand down on a table and have it hanging over, and let's see if we can get it to move. And people say, well, if it moves this way, it means that. Look at, I think that's crazy. I just say move the darn thing. I don't care what direction you're moving it, as long as you're moving it. But as long as the person isn't moving it. That's why sometimes if you can brace your hand on a table and you let it hang over, then you know you're not moving it all over the place.
Okay.
Like that.
So holding it steady is just like, it's not a good thing to do, but like using the Ouija board. Because your pendant, your pointer on the Ouija board, you got to hold steady too.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of people that, just like you just said with the pendulum, move the
Oh,
thing.
I've seen it like a million times, and oh, what do you think about Ouija boards? And I'm like, look, they're made in Taiwan by kids, and come on.
Yeah.
So
we had an angel board.
Yeah, if you get one made out of wood, solid wood, with that energy in it, made for the specific purpose of contacting the spirits, and maybe you have something there, but even with a real live wood board, you can't be like floating the thing all over the place. You have to do it firmly. A lot of this stuff can be faked, and that's the sad part. You want to be able to embrace the unknown and educate yourself and other people. And that's what I do. I teach people how to go home and teach it to other people, so you don't have to come back 50 times. Although I would like your money, but I'd rather teach a lesson instead.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is 8:02. We are just about ready to end the show. KO, thank you for coming on. It was a blast having you on.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And let's go ghost hunting.
Yep. So we're going to end it here. If you like what we are doing, please subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook and our many Facebook pages, or Instagram, or YouTube, or Twitch. We also would love it if you guys comment where you're from, share the videos. We love you guys. Please remember, keep talking paranormal.
Bye.
Bye.